Hello people. Today I'm doing a reading vlog for It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. That was not good. This lighting is bad. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to be reading that. I'm currently doing online classes until next week when I can go back to in-person school. So that's why I'm reading this now, because from what I've heard of this book, it's a heavier subject matter and is kind of like depressing and just a one sitting read type of thing that just leaves you wrecked. So I don't think I should read that in school. So I'm gonna read it now. It is 10:15 at night. So I'm going to start it tonight and then finish it tomorrow. Don't know how I'm going to feel about stopping, judging by people's reviews, but whatever. So what I'm going to do now is get into some pajamas because I'm currently wearing jeans and that won't do to read. So I'm going to get into pajamas, make myself some tea, set the mood, and then begin my first Colleen Hoover book. I'm excited. You see the joy on my face. Okay, I'm going to start. I have my tea. It's 10:45 for beginning. I don't know what that sentence was implying. He got muscles. Does he have to smoke? What have you seen, dude? No. Cute is an insult. This boy is beautiful. I like that. Is this an instant love situation? I mean, I don't think it is. We still have a whole book. If you introduced a love interest in the first chapter, there are definitely going to be complications. This is feeling like an instant love situation. And I don't want it to be. Well, maybe I do. No, I kind of like a slow burn. I like an instant love that turns into slow burn. Like, we know you love each other, but you don't know. And you are going to establish a relationship before you get involved. That is what I like. As long as you do end up confessing your love. Because sometimes book characters don't end up confessing their love, and that's annoying. So if you're going to do a slow burn, you gotta do it right. I'm looking at you, Shannon Messenger. Keith and Sophie, favorite couple, you better make them confess their love right. She's not watching this video, but we're pretending like she is. I like the way he talks. Okay, listen to this line. If only my issues were as trivial as matters of the heart. Why does that make me love him? Those weren't even that big or complicated of words. It was just a well-strung sentence. Smooth. I kind of like them. I mean, we're 10 pages in, so there's gonna be complications. But at this point, I'm enjoying their banter. What the heck? I want that job on the entire top floor of a building. Yes, please. Is my tea ready yet? It's really hot still. Neurosurgeon? The heck? Okay, I don't really want to call it until the end of this chapter, but I like this guy. He's probably gonna be like a big jerk, but at this point, I like him. He's a neurosurgeon. He used good words. And that's it. At this point, I like him. Watch him be a big jerk. I love accidental pickup lines. They're better than real pickup lines. Ryle. Oh! I heard people say that they were Team Ryle. No, I don't want to read the back. I love these types of quotes. So, here's another quick quote that he said that is making me love this dude. There is no such thing as bad people. We're all just people who sometimes do bad things. Which reminds me of in Harry Potter when Sirius Black says, the world isn't split into good people and Death Eaters. We all have both light and dark inside of us. What matters is what we act on. Or something like that. I'm loving this guy. Ryle, that's his name. Okay, I'm on chapter 2 now. Also, I think my tea is finally ready, so I get to drink tea while I read the next chapter. How many chapters are in this book? There's an epilogue. 35 chapters and 367 pages. Interesting. Good to know. And it's 11:30-ish, so I'm gonna keep reading. I gotta do a quick little talk because my phone's about to die. But I'm on chapter 3. It says 6 months later, so I think this is an okay place to stop. I totally understand how people read this in one sitting. I want to keep going. I just can't because I have to go to sleep. So I'm going to read it all tomorrow, which you will see because that's what a reading vlog is. It's really good so far, and I like both the boys, but at this point I like Ryle a bit more, simply because I don't know Atlas enough. But with a name like Atlas, what could go wrong? Everything's gonna go wrong. But I'm excited to read this tomorrow. It is 9:45. I'm going to start reading for the day. I have not read up until this point because I was gonna read during school, but then I just decided to do some drawings instead. And then after school I started watching Dickinson, which was captivating, and lost track of time watching that. And so now it's 9:45 and I'm gonna start reading for the night. Dude, what am I reading? So many things are happening right now, and I don't know how to process any of them. Also, this is an incredible angle, and I look like I've been crying. I've not. I've actually, in fact, been yelling at them because they're just kind of stupid sometimes. Like, he sent her flowers and said something like, think about her a lot, but I'm not with her, or something like that. She's like, oh, I wonder who it could be. It's you, idiot. It's an annoying trope. I don't even know if it counts as a trope, but it's an annoying one. And now I need to keep reading. Up until this point, I've had to search up in my dictionary 2 of the words she has said, and then here's how she described her feelings. Reading about the things my dad used to do to my mom puts me in a bad mood. Reading about Atlas kind of puts me in a sad mood. I try to fall asleep and think about Ryle, but the whole situation with him kind of makes me mad and sad. Use interesting words. You're writing like a 2-year-old. 2-year-olds can say,
this person makes me sad, this person makes me mad, and this person makes me sad and mad.
no, that's just not creative. I don't like that. And also, earlier when Ryle showed up and she hired Alyssa, so the second she described who Alyssa was, I was like, that's Ryle's sister. And they just kept adding the little details to hint at her being his sister. And by the time he showed up, it had been like 4 pages of me predicting this. But like 4 pages front and back. And I was like, I don't want to. That felt like it should have been a bit more of a surprise. And it just wasn't. And that's frustrating. Okay, I'm going to finish reading for today. This sentence is usually used to talk about eyes, and I hate it because it's used in every YA book I've ever read. He has the type of face that people shy away from because you could get lost in it. You can't get lost in a face. I don't get that. Don't get it when it comes to eyes. I don't get it when it comes to face. So far I am enjoying it. This vlog has pretty much been me yelling about it. They're pretty cute. So yeah, it's 10:30 in the morning. I am not in class currently, but I will be in like 15 minutes. I'm planning to get to at least page 200 today. Maybe I'll even finish it. Maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. I don't know, I do have a couple things to do today, but I'm gonna finish this chapter. I think I lied. I don't know if I'm on Team Ryle anymore. I'm in class, by the way. He pushed her. She blames it on them both being drunk. She was acting out of sorts. He was acting out of sorts. Fine. I don't know. Being drunk doesn't make you change your morals in life. So, don't know how much slack she should actually cut him. I don't know if I'm on Team Atlas entirely because I kind of think maybe 15-year-old her I ship with Atlas, yeah. But at the moment, their current relationship has just not been established enough. I need to keep reading so I can figure out what's going on with Ryle. He just caught her talking to Atlas, and it seemed a lot worse than it was. So I'll update you in like a while. I just met my goal for the day, which was to get to page 200. My new goal might be to finish the book, because that's 150 more pages. And so far today, I have read 100 pages. Maybe I'll finish today. Back to reading. Sometimes repetition is good. It makes a point. It conveys a certain emotion stronger. Here, I feel like she just makes it sound a bit more childish when she repeats lines that don't need to be repeated. Because she says, I feel a world of guilt for what happened last night, but I also feel a world of anger for what happened last night. I feel like if I was writing it, I would have written, I feel a world of guilt for what happened last night, but I also feel a world of anger, and I don't know what to do with that. Or something like that. Like, she didn't need to say for what happened last night twice, because it wasn't helping. He freaking got her Ellen DeGeneres' book signed. Holy crap. I was going to update this by saying that I don't ship her and Ryle anymore, but I don't ship her and Atlas. I ship them platonically. I take that back. I now ship her and Atlas and not her and Ryle. And we'll see if that changes again. He said he was carrying it for 3 years. The heck? This just made things a lot more complicated. This just changed things. Why do I want to cry? What the heck? Why do I want to cry? What? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I don't know how to react right now. I really don't. Are we gonna have a part 2? Oh, I'm almost on part 2. Is it gonna be something inside the heart? Is it gonna be hollow and have something in it? That would be awesome. I don't think he actually has a girlfriend. I did it. I made it to part 2. I'm pretty sure, I assume there's only 2 parts because I put it into Goodreads and I'm 56% through this book. I'm currently in class. Look at me learn. But I just want to keep reading. I understand how people read this book in one sitting. I want to be reading it in one sitting. Why do I have school? School, come on, just let me read. Okay, I'll see you when I'm done. I'm still in class. I read the first sentence of the next chapter by accident, and then I read the entire chapter. And I'm not appreciating the number of timed, skips and jumps that there are in this book. Because the 3rd chapter, it said 6 months later. But just now, it was 6 months later again, and they didn't say anything. And at one point, it was 2 months later, didn't say anything. Now it's 6 weeks, and it's saying it in the first sentence. I feel like I can't appreciate their relationship when to me it's speeding so fast because I don't have a good comprehension of how long they've been together. To me it just sounds like they've been together for 1 chapter. In reality, they've been together for 6 months or something like that, and I just don't appreciate that. It's hard to keep track of. And they're getting married in Vegas, and I don't want anyone to get married in Vegas. But anyway, I'm really enjoying this book. It might not sound like it, but I am. I have officially 100 pages left, so I'm definitely finishing this book today. I was reading during class, not gonna lie. Alyssa just had her baby, and she named it Riley, but she wrote it Rylee, which is not a conventional way. I feel like when I think of the name Riley, I think Riley. And now they want to have kids. I don't know if it's because I'm reading it so fast or because of the time jumps, but their relationship and everything going on just seems to be happening so quickly. I think if I look back, she probably announced her pregnancy a decent amount of chapters ago, but it feels like she just announced her pregnancy and now she's just gave birth. And now I'm gonna finish it. This book definitely has a trigger warning for sexual abuse. Oh my goodness. The warnings are there. He just hurt her in a way that I think is unforgivable. And I'm literally shaking. I don't know how to act. I don't know what I just witnessed. And now she's calling Atlas, and I'm not okay with that. I think she needs to call Alyssa, because the last thing you need right now is to bring this guy who was the cause of this issue, indirectly, closer to this. That's just not. There's so many emotions right now. Oh my goodness, what is happening? What am I reading? It's talking about the importance of people asking why in abusive relationships the women don't leave, or the person being abused. Most often it's a woman. But people should pose the question, why is the other person, the man generally, abusive in the first place? So that's important. And also it's nodding towards the fact that she grew up with parents who were in a toxic, abusive relationship, and that's all she knows. She knows that was wrong, but she doesn't know what a normal, healthy relationship looks like. So seeing anything remotely different to her parents, she assumes that is a good relationship when it's not still. And that's so important. This is a good book. Yeah, it's going very interesting right now. Siblings are now going to Shoppers because tomorrow we're having a movie day. We want to buy some snacks, so that's what I'm doing now. I will show you what I got. I got caramel M&Ms, then I got Sour Patch Kids because Maynards I can actually have. They don't have gelatin in them as far as I know. At least the ingredient says they're not, so unless there's something I'm unaware of. And then Smart Food popcorn, the cheddar kind. I swear by this. I love it so much. So we're gonna have a good movie day tomorrow. I'm gonna read as much as I can before dinner. We're gonna watch Eternals tonight. Yeah. I'm sitting on my floor because my phone is charging and I want it to continue charging. If I move it, it won't be charging. And that's a notebook because I didn't want to move the notebook either. Anyway, I think that this is going to end with her meeting Ellen DeGeneres. There's an epilogue, and I feel like that's going to be the epilogue, and I think she's going to end up with Atlas. And her and Atlas have a history, which counts for something that's an important thing. Like I said, I felt like her and Ryle moved a little quickly, even though they've been together for what, like a year and a half? 2 years since they met to getting married. I mean, for some people that's fine. I don't know, it just all felt fast. She's writing to Ellen again for the first time in like 9 years. And I'm on page 280, which means I have 86 pages left. Basically, she just found out that he didn't have a girlfriend that he told her he had like a year ago. And I'm kind of frustrated with this because the moment he said it, I was like, nope, they're gonna break up, or it's not that serious, or she doesn't even exist. And she's been living at his house for like 3 days and had not put together that Cassie was not a real person or had not existed until he just said it. Just frustrated with how kind of ignorant she is sometimes. I'm on page 302. 64 more pages. See how this goes. I just had dinner and watched Eternals. It was okay. I think I'd give it like 3 out of 5 stars. As far as Marvel movies go, it is definitely one of the not so great ones because throughout the entire thing they're basically just throwing a bunch of information at you because it's a whole new cast. I feel like it's going to be important in the future for the MCU, so I still think it's important to watch it. So now I have, let's see, 30 pages left. I know when I get to the 30-page mark in any book that this is when I'm going to finish it, so I'm just going to finish it. It's 9 o'clock, and probably next time I see you will be when I do my end of the book review. I have no words. Where's the book? I don't know what I just read. Honestly, I understand what people meant when they said that this book destroyed them. Okay, we're just going to start with, I love how the It Ends With Us is not actually a romantic thing. I assumed that meant, as many people probably did, her ending with a guy. It ends with the two of us in love. But it ended with her and her daughter, and it wasn't it ending with a relationship, it was this cycle of abuse. Yeah, just ending with her and her daughter, and it's so beautiful, and I love it. And I love that it showed the gray areas of this issue, that it isn't black and white. I didn't highlight it, but if I ever read this book again, I'm totally highlighting it as I go, because there were a bunch of parts that talked about love and abuse and just people in general that I wish I had highlighted because they were beautiful quotes. At the end, there's a little part where she talks about her parents' relationship and how her father hit her mom and her mom got out of that relationship and how that affected her growing up, and I think that was really interesting. As you saw, I definitely changed from Team Ryle to Team Atlas again and again. About halfway through the book, I was Team Atlas, and I stuck there for the rest of it because I liked Ryle, but obviously he hit her and that was not okay. So, no. What else do I have to say? I do definitely understand the trigger warnings, obviously, but I think that as someone who it didn't affect me like that, it is a really important story to read and perspective to hear from. And also at the beginning, there were 2 chapters and then a 6 months later, and I felt like the first chapter could have been a prologue and the second chapter could have taken place like 6 months after that, because it just didn't make sense, because after that she did make time jumps and didn't put 6 months later at the top or anything like that. So that kind of confused me and I feel like that could have been done differently. But overall, I do actually want to read more of Colleen Hoover's work. I understand why so many people love her and I would love to read more of her stories. She seems like she'd be a good writer to get you out of a reading slump, because obviously I read this in like 24 hours. So overall, I think I'm going to give this, I haven't decided yet. Let's just update my book read. My Goodreads. And while we do that, I can decide. Ow, my foot fell asleep because I've just been sitting here for the last few hours. So I decided to give it 4 stars. That was my 3rd book of the year. I gave her 4 stars because the story was great, but her writing style could have been changed a bit. I will rave about this book to other people, but it's not my new favorite book. Maybe if I read it again it would be, I have no idea. Just fresh out, it's not. So that is my review of that. I will tell you what I'm going to start reading next, and that is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I have the weekend until I go back to school, so I'm hoping to read it before I go back. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me if you've read It Ends With Us, what you thought about it in the comments. I would love to hear your opinion. Subscribe because you can see more of my videos, especially if you put on the notification bell, because then you'll get a notification every time I post a new video, so you're less likely to miss one. This, I'm going to add it to my vlogs playlist, so you can watch more of those. I'm also adding it to my book reviews playlist, so you can watch more of those too. I will link both playlists in the description, not the comments. And without further ado, I will see you next week with another video.